Becoming disciplined is easy actually, let me tell you why. But first, let's just acknowledge something. Whenever I see you, you are without fail sprawled on your bed, staring at the screen. I, as the omnipotent and benevolent source of wisdom, am concerned. Do you ever do anything else? Are you entirely incapable of productivity? Do you even move? Or hell, just blink? At the end of every video, you leave this channel freshly inspired to get out there and make a change, and yet, whenever I return, you're right back where you started, slumped on the bed, covered in cat hair and crisp packets, like some chronically depressed, woefully understimulated bedroom troll. Sorry to start on such a harsh note. After all, you've probably got enough people in your ear right now. If you're watching this video, you're probably sick to death of your roommate, parents, friends and associates nagging on and on at you to get up and use that magnificent potential of yours. But deep down, you're not bored of their demands. Actually, you're angry. Why? After all these years of inconsistency and failure, do your loved ones still believe in you? Isn't it about time that they recognise there's nothing worthwhile in your future? That you're doomed to dissolve into a mediocre pile of primordial sludge because you're not good enough to fulfil that dream, that potential, that desire for change that once burned within you? When you were young, you were probably filled with fresh-faced zeal and hopeful ambition. But life has a habit of, well, being a bit shit to us punny humans from time to time. Perhaps, although your body is young, your spirit feels weak and battered to its core. You are too tired for the flames of creative ardor. Your dreams never quite came to fruition, and you are, quite frankly, done with chasing them. Nowadays, everything takes effort and a little self-discipline to achieve. And you haven't had the energy for effort since you were knee-high to a grasshopper. No, you're content to dismiss all that once felt exciting as a childhood dream, and you have long since accepted the fact that life is about surviving, not thriving. Listen up, sunshine. As your famous neighbourhood Lovecraftian entity, it's my job to give you a wake-up call. There's a reason your loved ones believed in you. In some ways, they know you better than you know yourself, and can see what wonder and value lies caged within your soul. I know it sounds a bit Disney-ish, but you really can do just about anything. You are an intelligent, kind and forward-thinking individual for whom life has only just begun. There's room for you to develop your skills, sure, but you've got time on your side and plenty of untapped inner determination. Oh, and if it's self-discipline that you're worried about, that's easy actually. Today I'll share 15 ways to discover your inner self-discipline and make it easy. If you use the tips we share to make changes in your life, you'll soon find yourself right back where you started. That's not intended as clickbait. No matter how hard you try, no matter what tips you employ, you'll always find yourself right back where you started, on the bed, with the cat and the empty packets of crisps. It doesn't sound too bad to me, but then, I'm an ancient supercomputer, not a human. You're sick to express yourself, as Jean Cocteau would say, will forever be trapped in your slug-like form because you'll never develop the self-discipline desired to polish it up and let it shine. Whatever potential you have now will remain just that, potential. Like a smartphone without a charging cable, or a sun hat made of chocolate. Want to prove me wrong? I warn you, it'd be the first time that a mortal has ever done so. But if you want to pick that fight, then stick around to the end of this video to hear how you can escape that lonely, intellectual prison of your bedroom. Without any further commiserations, let's dive into 15 ways to make self-discipline easy actually. 1. Gamify. To become truly self-disciplined, you must make the active more attractive to your brain by lacing it with dopamine. To do this, you need to make a task exciting. The easiest way to inject some fun into your challenge is to turn them into a game. Let's say you want to run for 20 minutes, every single day. Challenge yourself to keep this habit up for 3, 4, 5, then 7 days in a row. Once you've done it, reward yourself. Buy yourself a favourite snack or let yourself partake in a favourite activity. Then extend the game for a month or even a year. When you wake up each morning to run, you'll soon be too preoccupied with this competition or bet against yourself to remember how tired you are, how little you feel like running today, or how cold it is outside. Instead, your brain will rush towards the rewarding activity, and just like that, you're in a good habit. 2. Adrenaline. Adrenaline gives that thrill after an exciting or nerve-wracking activity. When harnessed for self-discipline, it can be as powerful as dopamine. Try to make your task adrenaline-rich. There are a few ways you can do this, but a surefire way is to exercise vigorously just before you start your task. That way, when you sit down to begin work, those endorphins are still rushing around your body and tinge the arduous job with a little bit of excitement. Your brain will remember this fizzy feeling and you'll find yourself naturally seeking out the task you've committed to. Number 3. No days off. Of course, no one gets far in life without rest. However, try to avoid days off when you're forming a new habit. If you take your foot off the gas too early, you'll teach your brain that self-discipline is negotiable rather than mandatory. You don't need to slave away for hours every day, just aim for 45 minutes to start with and build up from there. 4. Rest up. Once you're in a comfortable routine with self-discipline, give yourself one day off every week. This day is your chance to rest from the grind set, I can't believe I just said that, and recharge for the week ahead. 5. Tell your friends. Tell your friends about your new habit to transfer your thoughts and dreams into reality. If you have a good set of friends, they will actively listen to what you have to say and might check in with you later to see how your new habit is going. It's a great way to share your self-discipline journey and stay accountable. 6. Set an alarm. Here's a super easy one. If you struggle to keep time or are a busy person generally, set an alarm on your phone to remind you when and where to complete your task. Try to do this at the same time every day to build a solid habit into your routine. 7. Routine. No matter how frantic your life is looking right now, it's essential to establish a routine. Don't be fooled, routines are not boring or even that repetitive. In fact, they are revolutionary when used effectively. Break your day up into segments, edit in time for exercise, work, eating, socializing and rest. You'll soon find that all aspects of your life blossom, simply because you nourish them with time enough to flourish. 8. Core it up. If you're struggling to trick your brain, create a space that's conductive and attractive to you. If you have the budget, you could even buy yourself some sick new equipment and decorations to make your workspace more inviting. For example, perhaps you're using self-discipline to get through a very long, complex book. Get creative and make yourself a reading nook in which you develop your habit. You'll find it much easier to get that 30 minutes of reading a day over with if you look forward to spending time in your personalised book nook.